we now bid officially welcome to this great event. So to do us the honor, I'd like to invite Dr. Ambassador Uche Odin, who is a visionary leader, respected diplomat, global life coach, president of the Global Initiative for the Advancement of Africa, where he is renowned for championing youth empowerment and building platforms that connect. So please, ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for Dr. Uche and Dr. Odin.
In fact, as a matter of fact, if you love Africa and you believe in this continent and you believe that this is going to mark a new dawn for Africa and we are headed for the Africa, can you celebrate Africa by standing up on your feet and jamming those hands together to celebrate this continent? No, you know what I said. Anybody that's not saying this word does not mean well for Africa. Talk to your neighbor and say, Africa is rising. I think you talk to your neighbor, don't let yourself. Tell the person that right, Africa is rising. Tell your neighbor, Africa is the best thing that has happened to all. Tell your neighbor, you ready for the Africa we want? Because the Africa we want is here. So who's going to make Africa we want to say everyone? I'm so glad to be here with my co-convener, Dr. Aluya. My name is Dr. Uche Odins, and I'm the president of the GIAA, Global Initiative for the Advancement of Africa. And I'm super excited that today we are making this happen by the help of God. You know, for this program, we actually been planning this for quite a while to actually hold event. The reason why we're having this event is purely because of the need for us to understand the importance of this season. We are in our season. You know, one of the worst things that can happen to anybody, for instance, you can actually take a narrative of a child. If a child does not know that he or she is no longer a child, and at the age of, how many of you, if somebody is taking feeding bottle at the age of 16 or 17, you will actually be the one to spank the person. Can anybody condone that? A child taking feeding bottle at the age of 17? Is it possible? Well, do you know why we're having this program? We're having this program because it's time that Africa should stop using feeding bottles. We need to grow. That's the truth. We need to grow. If America can do it, they wake up in the morning, they say, God bless America. If America can do it, Africa can do it. Can I tell you something? Africa built Europe. The resources from Africa built Europe. How many of you are aware of that? The resources from Africa has helped a lot of nations. In fact, Africa has contributed immensely in America. We can't keep taking the back seat because of some stuff or whatever. Why we're having this program in America is because we love America, we are proud of what America is doing, but we want a situation whereby we all will be proud of Africa in a couple of years to come from now. The reason why we're having this program is this. Over the years, we noticed that our season has come. And we looked at it critically, we were like, what are the key things that we need to actually bring about the Africa that we want? And we actually pinpointed, there are three major things that we need to fix in Africa. All our problems in Africa is around these three things. And what are they? Number one, leadership. Leadership. If you concur, can I see your hands up in the air? Leadership. Leadership. Now, leadership is a very critical problem because everything rises and falls on leadership. No matter what you want to do, everything rises and falls on leadership. And our leaders in Africa need to get it right. Need to get it right because it's time. It's time. And guess what? If any leader don't want to get it right or whatever, there's a tsunami, a wave that is coming. In fact, that started, you'll be blown away. So I know a lot of people, presidents and all, are going to watch this program. It's time for you to sit up. You can't keep your citizens impoverished when we have a lot, we have wealth, we have plenty. Africa is the Garden of Eden, but leadership is a very big problem. But guess what? If you're a leader watching this right now, you can make adjustments. You can repent today to help your citizens. Enough of the corruption, enough of the suffering, enough of the lack. We have a lot of our people running away, passing through Libya, dying on a daily basis, trying to hustle. Now, that's number one. Number two, very important. One of the major problems in Africa is economy. We are saying this. If you want to do business with Africa from Europe, US, Asia and all, don't just do trade. Now when I talk about trade, I'm talking about what happens in Africa is that people sell mineral resources like that. Just sell your oil, sell your cocoa, I don't know. Do what they call value added trade. What do I mean by that? Partner with Africa to build industries. Yeah, you can put your hands together for that, yeah. Partner with Africa to build industry. Don't rip off Africa. Build industries in Africa. Build and create employment in Africa. Because Africa needs employment. Partner with Africa to grow. Make your money, we make our money. That's number 2. And the third major thing, which is why we're having this program, is what they call unity in diversity. We need to come together. All our African American brothers, now listen to me, you can be more American than the Americans themselves. That's the truth. Now, we were actually talking to somebody in Texas, and I asked him, I said, where are you from? He said, I'm from Texas. And I told him, I said, very well, the guy. I said, hey, you are not from Texas. You are an African. Why am I saying that? You meet somebody in America, the person's an Indian, you ask, who are you? My name is, I don't know, maybe my name is Hackett. And the person say, I'm an American, but I'm Indian. You meet somebody from Germany, I am from America, but I am from Germany. Israel, I'm an Israelite. Come on, man. All our brothers and sisters in America that are from the black community, understand something, your roots is Africa. Now, all the intelligence and all the wisdom that God has given to you now in America and wherever you are, you need to use it to help develop our continent. How many of you agree with me right now? If you are here, you are an African American, lift up your hand and say, I'm African. Oh, I can see a lot of, please lift up your hands if you're worshiping God. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Africa, it's time for Africa, it's time for Africa, it's time for Africa, and it's time for Africa. Thank you very much.
Barcelona's Economic Forum held at the heart of Washington, D.C. has created a platform for high-level discussion, partnerships, and collaboration. The discussion is simple: to improve the lot of Africans in Africa and beyond the continent, and of course to better the economic landscape of the continent.
But I'm excited. I'm very, very excited at what's happening right now. With all the people that made it happen and all, that's really very, very interesting.
It's time for Africa to begin to stop imagining a great Africa or a greater Africa, but to begin to work towards making it come to fruition. It's not all word and no say, let's do. Let's do more do than talk, more talk.
The event saw participation from African ambassadors, policymakers and experts who shared insight on driving growth and development.
You can see Africa is the upcoming continent. We have the change from the monopolar world into the multipolar, and Africa is the center of this development.
We have one of the highest African American populations, but there's a limited number of those who are looking to Africa for business, and that's what we're trying to change that mindset.
I think confidence is very much linked to self-respect, and I think it's really important that African countries, officials, ambassadors, whoever is representing the continent needs to have a sense of respect for self, for their countries, because if you don't have it, don't expect others to extend it.
Keynote speakers emphasized the importance of regional communities in promoting economic integration and cooperation.
If you don't believe in yourself, nobody's going to believe in you. So for the African Union and every other agency that projects Africa, we need to love ourselves, find ourselves, know who we are, understand that we actually have a voice, so we will be able to develop.
We are ready, we are open, we are waiting for you. African brothers and sisters, let's work together and let us shape the future of the new world.
Together, we can do good. Africa is on the move, and New York City is right by its side.
But not that Africa is closed for business. Africa is not closed for business. If Africa is closed for business, we're not going to be having private jets flying into DRC, into Cameroon, into Sierra Leone for diamonds, into South Africa for diamonds and gold, into Ghana for gold. So Africa is very, very open for business. And we want to incentivize the public and sensitize them on the fact that Africa is really, really open for business. And that is one of the things that we want to, showcase to the world.
Beyond talks, participants have expressed optimism about the potential for meaningful collaborations and initiatives to drive Africa's economic growth and development. The atmosphere was charged with ambition and collaboration as representatives from several African nations gathered at the AAE Forum's Roundtable Dialogue, all with one purpose: to unlock Africa's business potential through shared insight, collective problem solving, and strategic networking. Each participant took the floor outlining the landscape of business in their country, highlighting unique investment opportunities.
Us, peak areas, we were really hurt by a hurricane in 2017. A lot of our tourism hotels were destroyed. So we are looking for investors to help us rebuild those tourism hotel infrastructure. And we are in the process right now of looking at a port expansion. So we are looking at finding investors who will co-create with us in that area.
When Lake Chad dried up, I was shocked. The whole world was shocked. But even in Africa, we cared less. Lake Chad was known as the Sea of the Desert. So that means all the people that depended on the Sahel and the Savannah, sincerely speaking, they don't have any livelihood anymore. They depend on that water.
What we have in Africa, problem number one, when the colonizer left Africa, he said to our dad to send us to school, but which kind of things we are learning in school, sometimes these all things are very old, and the reality is very different. That is putting us to depending to outside.
The conversation didn't stop at identifying problems. Development partners and stakeholders listened, engaged, and offered practical solutions, from mentorship programs and capital access to regional policy alignment and trade facilitation.
We must be deliberate in ensuring that the continent is able to trade with itself. So we are breaking the walls. And how do we break the walls? We're talking about investment, really huge investment. That's why we are deliberate in galvanizing the resources within the diaspora.
I think if there's anything that we don't have, it's connection. It's connectivity. Because if I know what you're doing and you know what I'm doing, then you know where to who to refer to me, and I know who to refer to you.
I believe that some of the challenges will require innovation, that is, ideas that we haven't yet thought of. But I think this group of individuals that have taken 3 days to come together for this conference, I think have the ability, and particularly with the help of the diaspora, the African diaspora, had the unique opportunity, the unique abilities to solve and work with leadership of the African nations, each of the 54 African nations that have unique challenges.
But one issue resonated across the board: the challenge of remittance flows and repatriating investment returns.
Investors won't have even money to invest if they can't have some of it back to do what they need to do with it. But I think the more that we look for people who I think have a heart in their investing, the better, because they're going to want to give back to communities that need it.
With new networks formed and clear actions point laid out, the AAE Forum's Roundtable Dialogue concluded with a strong call for continued engagement, policy reform, and cross-border collaboration. In Washington, elegance, recognition, and reflection, the CEO Global Awards Gala lit up Washington, D.C.'s Western City Hall with vibrant colors, cultural display, and a gathering of transformative African and diaspora leaders. Organized by the Global Initiative for the Advancement of Africa, GIA, the event honored outstanding achievers in business, innovation, policy, education, social impact, and youth empowerment.
I feel good to be in a space of like-minded people who are trying to push the narrative for advancement of Africa, and just finding ways we can collaborate and have the right synergies that matter.
I think it's amazing to be seen, especially as a young African living in the US, and just the work that we do in encouraging young Africans as well to transit into the world of AI. We are almost invisible in that space, so it's really great to see that it's been recognized today.
Every woman should find herself something to do and stand on her own 2 feet, because that's very, very important. not to rely on somebody else.
New Central has only just begun. There's a lot that we're trying to do. We're not number one in Nigeria yet. We are close to that. We have to be number one in Nigeria. We have to be number one on the continent of Africa. We have to be without comparison, nobody can compare to us around the world when it comes to Pan-African news.
We have to educate each other, we have to know who we are, how much we're valued, and we have to respect one another.
Beyond the glitz and glamour, the gala served as a platform for deep conversations on sustainable development, economic inclusion, and Pan-African collaboration.
Protecting the wealth of the land and share it equitably. That's what I would advocate strongly to that leader whom he should be or will be tomorrow. Be concerned, make sure that you put them into colonial control on the land.
And I think part of what the people here have done is to put solutions on the table in terms of empowering women, empowering younger people, empowering black people, empowering Africans, and making sure that they understand how important and how pivotal their role is in making Africa a great continent and being able to say that we have the capacity to take over the rest of the world.
With honorees representing diverse sectors and nations, the event underscored a powerful message. Africa's future is bright, and its leadership, both local and global, is ready to drive lasting impact.